Hey there, this is Katherine, and I am sharing today with you my favorite quick, what I call fun fold. I'm going to use some half sheets of cardstock. I have just cut an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper in half, which gives you an A2 sized card base, which is 5.5 by 4.25. So I'm just going to quickly show you how easy this is to do. To create an easel card. So I folded this in half. You can use a scoring tool if you want to be very, very precise. This paper is thin enough that I'm able to fold it without a harsh edge. Sometimes on these thicker ones, I will use my scoring tool. And then I'm just going to fold it in half again. So at 2 1/8 inches, which is half of that 4.25. And then you will see that you have a card that can stand up, and this is called an easel fold. It is so easy. I'm going to make several cards with it and just show you some different ways you could decorate them. I've got these big, beautiful butterflies that are from Crafter's Companion. This is a very old stamp set, probably not available anymore, but maybe you've got a butterfly or a large stamp would be great for this. I stamped a bunch of them, and then I have this other Crafter's Companion vintage butterflies. This one's a little bit newer. This is kind of a sheet of them. I think there are about 16. These are all individual ones, so you could make a background with them, or you could do what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pull out the smaller ones. I wanted to do a little bit of stamping on this card. So I'm going to pull out the different sized ones and add this to my cardstock. The ink I'm going to use is the same ink as this cardstock. This is Blue Jay from Stamps of Life. So you won't be able to see it that great on camera, but it's a tone on tone. It looks really, really pretty in person. And so I'm just going to lay these out, and then I'm putting my larger butterfly because I don't want to block the whole thing. And then I will stamp these off. Again, using that tone on tone ink. So this is just a super quick way to create this card. This easel fold is so easy. You could make bunches of cards. I think I'm going to make maybe 4 or 5 in this video, and it's very, very easy to manage. I'm going to take this card over to my stamp positioner. I always do this. I should take my card to the stamp positioner and then lay this out, but I really do just film ideas and then I have to just kind of roll with it. So if you wanted to, you could take your card over so everything stays secure to your stamp positioner and then place your stamps on there. But I oftentimes just don't work like that. I'm going to ink these up. This is the first time I have used the stamp set, and let's see what kind of impression I get. I think it's going to be pretty good. These are acrylic stamps from Crafter's Companion, but they stamped pretty well. I just missed a little bit because my magnet was in the way. And I love the way that has turned out. And again, as that dries, it'll just be a nice tone on tone. And it adds a little interest to your card, so it's not completely plain, but it ties in beautifully with that butterfly. This butterfly color reminds me of the blue morphos. Those are my favorite ones. Where I live, we have a garden about 45 minutes away that has a beautiful, beautiful butterfly center. And I love to go, and in September of every year, they have the Blue Morpho month where they have lots of gorgeous Blue Morpho butterflies. They are absolutely beautiful. They have kind of iridescent wings, and they just make me so happy. So anyway, this card definitely, in my mind, is a Blue Morpho. I'm going to add some foam adhesive, but I'm only going to add it to the bottom half because I want my card to be able to stand up. So you will see that this butterfly is going to pop up, so to speak, for your recipient. Now I'm going to add some words to this. I'm using some word dies from scrapbook.com. I got these a while back, very pretty. They've got Get Well and Thinking of You in this set. And then I got another set that probably has birthday and thank you. I needed a few new word dies, and I thought these would be a great choice. So I'm going to run these through my machine. I'm using a little bit of a darker cardstock that I felt coordinated with that butterfly and would give me a little bit of contrast on that light blue cardstock. And you can see these just cut beautifully. That's my diamond press marquee machine, my little tabletop machine that I keep on hand to do small dies like this. They cut like butter. So I'm going to add a little bit of liquid adhesive with my fine tip. You could also use a Sizzix sheet of adhesive because these are pretty delicate. If you haven't tried those, I recommend that as a dry adhesive. I enjoy that very much. It's great when you have delicate die cuts. Then you can just peel them off and they are like stickers. And there is a get well card that you could send to someone. I'm going to add a little small flower kind of shape here, again in those similar tones, to be the little stopper for it. And that is it on this card. I'm going to move on to the next one, repeating the same process again. So I've sped this up a little bit now that I've shown you how to create your easel card. I wanted to emboss some of this card. This is a great way to use an embossing folder. I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half. You could definitely do it before, but I think I'd like to have it folded, and then when I'm finished embossing, it will easily fold up. I've already got my crease in there. And there is the beautiful embossing. So pretty, very subtle on here, but it has a great effect. And now I can decorate this one. I have another butterfly I have stamped. This one I've got some ephemera that I had in my craft stash from, pretty sure this is Michael's, maybe a last summer. I'm just kind of using up some random things. So you can decorate yours however you wanted to. You can use ephemera, you can stamp, use a stamped image or a die cut word. I'm just trying to show you some ideas of how you could decorate some easel cards of your own. And they really are so quick and simple. I'm going to do the same thing with the foam, just popping up that bottom edge, and my butterfly will sit on top. I've got some little flower dies that were cut, I've had for a long time, just little scrap pieces. This is a great way to use up some little scrap die cuts that we all probably have in our craft stash. And I'm just layering 3 of these together, and I'm going to add this to the inside to be my little stopper point for this beautiful butterfly Thankful for You card. I'm going to add 1 little pearl on here if you want to, just to finish that off. And that one is finished. What a fun, easy card to make. This next one, I've got some more cardstock here. I'm going to layer a piece of patterned paper on here. I have trimmed this down a little bit. This is probably 3 3/4 by 5 inches because I've got a little bit of a wider border. And then I'm going to take this to my scoring tool. This is an old scoring board from Martha Stewart. I've had this forever, love it. And then I'm just going to score that in half, giving a good press so I can get through that pattern paper. My pattern paper is a little thicker, and this cardstock is a little heavier base, probably 100. But you can see it's quite easy to fold up and get that little easel edge. I've gone ahead and added a thank you in gold, and then I used a little gold puffy heart to finish that one off. This last one, I'm going to use a stencil from Maker Forte that I had in my craft stash, and that's a fun way to decorate as well, quick and easy. I'm just going to fold my card in half, and then I will lay my stencil on top. I'm going to tape this down so I can keep it in the position I want it to be in. And then I'm going to use, again, the same color ink as this cardstock. This is Razzleberry from Stamps of Life cardstock and ink. Super quick and easy. I'm not spending a lot of time on this. Just going to stencil over the whole card and pretty much cover in all of the little dots on this one. Very quick and easy to make. Love the way that turned out. And now I can fold my cardstock again in half, and I've got my last easel card created. And you can see I just kind of pulled some tones from the butterflies I had already made. Got another word die here, Grateful. This is a very old word die from Paper Tray Ink. Not sure if they still make it, but you could use any word die that you have that would maybe fill the top of your page. Repeating the same process again with the foam, popping up my butterfly. So pretty. And then I will finish off the inside of my card. This one would probably stay by itself, but I like to put the little stoppers in there to help finish off the image. And then I'm going to layer, I've got these little hearts. Again, I'm using little scraps of die cuts that have made for previous projects that I want to use up. This is a great way to use them. And then I'm going to lay that one at the bottom to hold my card up. And that one is finished. So how fun is that for whoever you decide to send these to? So I hope you enjoyed. This is just a really fun, quick fold that adds a little bit of interest to your cards and is a little bit of a surprise for the recipient. And again, I'll link all the products I can find in there. Some of these I know are not available. I'm pretty sure that butterfly may not be available. They probably have a newer version of it, but maybe you've got one in your craft stash. But I love butterflies and I love the size of this, so I thought it would work great for the easel card. But give them a try. Let me know if you've ever made an easel card, and let me know if you have a favorite card in this video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning this new easy technique. Thanks so much and have a great day.